J-Wall trying to make it an all-TNC Final 8 on the NFC side. Of course, yesterday we saw Fancy and D-Croft make their way to the Final 8. What a group of games yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, head over to the Madden Competitive Gaming YouTube channel. Check it out because it was just an unbelievable day of action. First attempt for Danny. He's got Rich Cannon, and Rich Cannon's going to take a sack on first down as Lawrence Taylor in the backfield.
There's that Lawrence Taylor, one of the best MUT players year in and year out. Manu getting those sheds early. Danny in this New York Jets offensive playbook, so he's one of the bunch players that also switched to this Jets playbook. He's going to air it out of bunch and bunch tight end.
Shout out to Bobby V in that Jets playbook. Alvin Kamara up the middle, picking up 5. Cuts it back to a 3rd and 17, but that sack on first down has him way behind the sticks.
Yeah, that sack was tough, especially to take that on first down. That hurts. Did a little inside zone there, just try to get half of it back. I think you're going to see the same thing here on 3rd and 17. Try to get half of it back. If you get yourself in a manageable 4th down, you might go for it. If not, I think Danny will punt on his first drive.
Moss and Rice
there we go.
and Sanders.
There we go.
Oh boy, takes another sack, and here we go, TD. This is one of those weird situations, punting inside the 5-yard line.
Oh boy, yeah. Let's see what happens here.
Got 7 minutes over. Long
Computer usually can come through for a block here, so we'll see how these guys kind of play this out.
You go offside or no?
You see Danny asking if he's going to go offsides here.
Oh, I'm tripping. I forgot.
Yeah,
My fault.
I think that's part of the rule now. The defender is going to go offsides in order to take that 5-yard penalty, so they get it outside of the 5-yard line to get that punt away.
It's a glitch in the game where the CPU is able to block that one, so especially on 4th and 26, not a big deal. He gives up 5.
Right.
So Manu's going to go offsides, back this up a little bit to the 8-yard line.
Offsides, bro.
Yeah.
And this is the hardest part of the game. How do I commit a penalty?
Listen, I've known Manu for a long time, and he always kind of has difficulty with the smallest things. Like, he gets lost on GPSs. He can't go offsides when he needs to. But he's one of the best Madden minds in the world.
Here's what we learned, okay? And I'm not going to bring it up too much because it was a tough moment. But what we have learned through this and through what we saw from Fancy yesterday, TNC did not lab special teams a whole lot. Okay, there wasn't labbing the offsides, there wasn't labbing punt strategy.
Yeah, they're way too busy in their trips formations labbing up dots to worry about anything else when it comes to that. You see Manu's item to watch here, that quarterback, Rich Gannon. He's going to make a million hot routes, a million adjustments. He's going to use so much motion that Rich Gannon is going to be very busy for Manu on offense. He's going to be in this Las Vegas Raiders playbook as well. And, talking to Manu last night, this is a guy that's very confident. I have a quote from Manu. It's a little odd, but this is what he told me. I feel like the fourth coming of Jesus right now on Madden. I can float in midair, I can disappear in the daylight, and I can walk on water. So this tells you this is a guy that is very confident right now when it comes to his Madden game.
Took confident from that?
Maybe a little egotistical.
Oh, wild card action? Wow.
A little strange, but hey.
Huh. All right, Internet, have fun. Have fun with that Photoshop. First attempt for Manu. And an immediate sack. Danny bringing the heat. It's the rookie Isaiah Simmons with the sack.
See, Danny's in that double A gap as well, bringing it right up the A gap. First play, both these guys bringing pressure. First play, this time the linebacker, like you said, Isaiah Simmons through the A gap gets home, big time sack.
See that double A gap, that nickel double A gap shown by Danny. Manu on 2nd 18 out of trips. He's got Randy Moss or Santana Moss. I think that's Santana. He looks a little smaller. And he might have the corner out. When in doubt, corner out. Tony G to the 30, swerving around to the 25-yard line.
Absolute laser right there to Tony G. Waits until he gets behind the defender. Little touch pass. Maybe it was a bullet pass. Looked like he had some touch on it. It's right behind the defender, and that's a big-time play. He picked up the pressure great that time, and he throws it in there.
Come on,
back to work goes Manu. He's able to handle the pressure on that second play. Santana Moss motions over to the left side. You see all the hot route adjustments from Manu. Screen route gets picked up nicely, but he can't pick up the second one as Jamal Adams coming off the left side. So Danny, 2 sacks in 3 plays.
Danny dialing it up again. Picked it up off the right. Adams comes off the left. Good pocket, but Jamal Adams able to come through for Danny. Nice sack. Puts him in a difficult 2nd and 17. But Manu is in field goal range here. You don't want to make any critical mistakes when you're already up a stop.
It's double A gap pressure. There's not a lot of coverage, but if you can get plays like that, that's how you can change the game. And the heat sent by Danny's defense, making things uncomfortable for Manu.
And this double A gap is so good because, you know, you can disguise your coverage so well. You can bring the heat like you've seen Danny do. You can do so many things out of it, and everything looks the same. So you're never really sure if the heat is actually coming or if they're dropping back. Danny doing a good job mixing it up.
3rd and 17. Can Manu find enough blocking just to give him some time to make a read? Gannon Screamer off the edge, hit as he throws and hits an incomplete pass. 4th down for Manu. He'll settle for 3.
That was almost a big-time sack, too. It would have took Manu out of field goal range. He's fortunate to get that off. He's able to kick his 3.
So this guy plays really
Not only
aggressive.
fortunate to get that off, JD, fortunate that throw out a sack didn't end up in a pick. Kicks up, it's good, 3-0. Danny letting the defense lead. He's just got to find a way to move the ball offensively.
He does. He looked good on defense right there, besides getting up that one big dot to the tight end on the crosser. He looks good, mixing up his coverages. The heat, Manu doesn't have an answer for the heat, and that's the one thing out of trips. You know, it's strong with the running back and tight end on the same side, so you can't always pick up that weak side. We'll see if he has some adjustments throughout the game in order to pick that double A gap up.
First and 10. They'll hand the ball off to Alvin Kamara. Well, that was what was effective against CleffTheGod, TD. That run game really came up clutch. Take a look at his Madden to watch. He does have Jerry Rice out there, route tech and double me if he's going to air it out.
Yeah, he's going to air it out a lot. That's what he really wants to do. He will mix in that run, like you said. He's pretty balanced. But Jerry Rice is going to be very important to him. You see him in the slot right there on this post route, potentially, or slant on at this B position.
2nd and 5.
Who is he throwing
this time,
to?
Manu.
Maybe that was going to Dion. Looked like it was going to me, though.
Manu giving Danny a little taste of his own medicine, sends some pressure off the edge.
I think Danny was throwing it to that Jerry Rice over the top. If he was going to lob it, he might have had him. I think Manu saw it as well, was starting to user it. That was kind of a 50-50 play. Interesting what would have happened there if he didn't get that swatted at the line.
Third and 5. Got Moss, Rice, and Primetime out there. Get the corner out instead. How about something we've seen quite a bit? A little bit of playmaker from Primetime.
Yeah, that playmaker's so good. We've talked about it so many times. Probably the best weapon in the game right now. It helps you beat that man-to-man coverage. Man-to-man is just so good right now in Ultimate Team here. You need that playmaker on your offense.
Come on, man. You can't play
So I'm curious, TD. We saw the stat in the tail of the tape. Manu only playing 8 games coming in, going 6-2 in those games, but qualifying for the club championship. Is that something that's going to hurt him? Is that something that he is, I mean, his mind works well enough that he just doesn't need those reps?
Well, you know, I know he played 8 games on the leaderboards, but let's not get it twisted. This is a guy that plays a lot of Madden. He's always constantly in games, playing TNC members, playing guys like Blocky, who has been his main lab partner for years. These guys are always locked in, getting big games
didn't
in.
work the first
so I don't think the reps are an issue. He's always getting games in. It's just I think he didn't want to lose too many games, so he didn't want to grind the leaderboards that much. But yeah, he's definitely playing all the time.
Danny actually had a top 7 offense in rushing yards per game, top 8 in rushing attempts per game. So he is going to run the ball plenty. He's one of the better runners. We saw that against CleffTheGod. Second half rushing attack, 3rd and 5. Gannon back to pass, 2-man rush. Lots of time, but that is picked off. Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, got something sweet for Manu's defense. First turnover of the game. Danny taking some risks, and it didn't work out.
Nice little user alert right there from Manu. Danny just panicked a little bit, forced it in there. He didn't need to throw that. The playmaker was covered. Manu actually did a great job right there using both routes. He used the playmaker underneath, and then he used the route behind it, and that was the pick he got. Good time stick work by Manu.
Now Danny's defense back out there trying to create some pressure here in the second quarter. Look at that. Four of the rushers are in the backfield immediately. That's what the double A gap does. It forces a quick read. Nice recognition by Manu. Just hit the drag route.
It's so good, that double A gap. And that's the thing. It's straight man-to-man, but you're blitzing all these guys, and you have those one-step ahead abilities at DB. Just makes it very difficult at first to pick this pressure up and then try to find someone open versus those man-to-man abilities.
Oh, I should have snapped that.
Second and 3. Barry Sanders on the right hip of Gannon. So he'll take the snap, roll right, waiting, looking for a little playmaker down the field. Gets tackled from behind, but he'll pick up the first down. Rich Gannon with enough speed to pick it up.
Barely enough speed right there. Luckily, he got out of bounds. Those can always be kind of strip sacks. You got to be very careful if you're Manu. But a good playmaker to bring that running back up the field to give him that space. Good defense by Danny, though. He took away everything Manu wanted to do. Pressure kind of came off the left side, nothing open.
I mean, Gannon ran a 4.58 40 at the combine. He has some wheels. First and 10. This time, only a 5-man rush. Throw left side. Oh, that should have been picked and going the other way.
This man defense is insane. Manu did a great job picking up the blitz, but everything was bagged with those one-step ahead abilities. Nothing doing it. Everything was locked up. That was phenomenal defense.
6'3", 210, big arm from Gannon. 7 years with the Vikings. 4 with the Chiefs. 5 with the Raiders. Long career. 4th-round pick out of Delaware. Gannon, 2nd and 10. Throwing it up. He's got him. Santana Moss over the top. Touchdown for Manu.
What
a play call, what design, and what a laser by Manu. He went with the out and up route, motioned it over one-on-one, torched the man defense. Just a phenomenal play call by Manu, and he goes up 2 possessions.
Santana Moss from the U, showing off the wheels. As Danny now finds himself down 10-0.
Come on, bro. Come out, run inside zone. Come out, run inside zone.
Gets it to the 17-yard line. Let's take a look at our Snickers dot replay. Out and up, and Moss with the burn.
Yeah, that was nice. You see him cut out, cut right up the field, and boom. We talked about that Santana Moss. All that agility, all that speed, that route tech. He cuts routes like no one else in the game, and you saw it one-on-one. You can't guard that man.
First round pick.
Thank you.
First round pick for Moss, who's out of the New York Jets. Took him out of Miami.
It's scary for you.
And he spent 10 years with the Washington football team. 2nd and 10 for Danny. Maybe he just feels more comfortable. Remember, he was down 14-0 to start against Clef. Now down 10-0 against Manu. Gannon. Motions Rice out wide right. 2-man rush from Manu. Looking left side. Might have him. Feet in bounds. Yes, indeed. 20 yards and a first down. Everyone, remember, tweet us your thoughts on tonight's broadcast using the hashtag Madden Club Championships for a chance to see your tweet on the broadcast. And we're also going to be selecting a few lucky people to win MUT items made up of the competitors' favorite players. Twitch chat, we didn't forget about you. Make sure you stay active because we'll be giving out items to a few randomly chosen viewers throughout the night. Seriously, TD, it is one of my favorite parts about these broadcasts, seeing all those tweets come in, getting to see them on the air, and seeing so many people invested in this tournament.
Yeah, me too. I love seeing some of the pros on there. I love seeing some of the new guys, the viewers out there getting involved. We had it trending on Twitter yesterday, so it's a great thing we've added this year. I love it.
Blitz picked up nicely. Randy Moss, and he beat Peters. He did indeed. Down to that 2-yard line. 84 to the 4.
The Mosses are doing work. We saw it with Santana for Manu. Now it's Randy for Danny. One-on-one over the top. Like I said about Santana, you can't guard Randy Moss one-on-one. You've never been able to do that in Madden or the real NFL. You see it, just a streak route, big-time play for Danny to get his confidence going.
2-minute warning here in the first half. Danny hits his first big play of the day. Now does he have red zone offense? Fullback dive, Derrick Henry. Hey, yeah, he does. The King rumbling his way. Too easy for Danny, who cuts into this lead.
What an answer for Danny. You know he's not going to go away like that. Nice retaliation to get right back in this game.
All right, that's 7.
David King, a.k.a. I'm Joe King. Which shout out to that Twitter handle, 10 out of 10. Just hashtag Danny Week. Gotta love Danny picking up some fans.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That win over Clef, you know, gained him some fans. You saw him fight back in this one. This kid's not a quitter. Great drive right there to really get back in this thing. Put the pressure on Manu.
Remember, Manu will get the ball to start the second half. Should we take a look? The play that set it all up, Randy Moss one-on-one with Peters.
Yeah, just in the slot right there. Kind of got a little bit of a bump to get that release, and he had a couple steps on him. Lobbed it over the top. Great play.
1st and 10. Manu, you know he can dial up a quick touchdown, especially with Danny's aggressive defense. This time he only sends 3. Good user coverage, but he left someone open. It's Santana! Oh, how smooth Santana is to the house on one play.
I don't know why you burn straight up, but just put a deep pass.
Right on cue, Nick. You said he can dial one up quickly for a big play touchdown. He does just that on his first play of the drive. Santana Moss right now is the MVP for Manu's offense.
17-7, 83 yards on one play. That's efficient. As now Danny, he's going to need to put together another drive. Does he have another big play in him? He'll take this out of the end zone to the 10 to the 15, past the 20. He'll get near the 22-yard line. As let's take a look at this one more time. There's just nobody over there, TD.
Yeah, that's wide open. Motions over the cross the road, had a high-low read, and there was just no one back there to play Santana. Just lobs it, and that's a big play, touchdown. Blow this thing open, 17-7.
I just want to say I can make that read. I don't know how to set the play up, but I can make that read. I got that one. It's in my repertoire.
Yeah, that was a real blown coverage for Danny.
1st and 10. Gannon in trouble. This one will fall incomplete, looking for Deion Sanders.
Oh, that's my fault.
Tries to go to that playmaker again. Not doing. You hear Manu. He's just over here just coaching himself through the game. Oh, I got to have the zone adjusted on this side, on that side. He can't move. This guy constantly thinking and talking to himself. And then on the other hand, Danny hasn't said one word the whole game.
Gannon. Left side, that's your Michael Finley. He'll get 3.
Manu starting to mix in a little more zone here. You saw right there. Had some underneath zones right there. Danny had a little gap to the drag, but 2 guys in the area, not much going.
3rd and 8. Finley on the right side of that formation, a bunch tight end for Danny. Gonna take the shot again. Does he have him again? Randy Moss makes the catch at the 18-yard line. Danny with the dots.
Randy Moss is an absolute beast. Double coverage, but he gets by it and just burns the defense on a streak. That's all it is. It's a streak route. Simplest route in Madden, but Randy Moss is doing damage, burning the defense.
35 seconds and counting. Back to the run game.
Bro, this guy hasn't done anything. Come on.
Gets 9.
How is that happening?
Manu's saying he hasn't done anything. Everyone watching at home goes, hey, well, he's done a little bit.
What a drive this is for Danny. And Danny, too, is using all this clock here, so he's not going to give Manu much time back with the ball. This is what a game. We always talk about this as a defensive game. These 2 guys are saying, no, sir, this is an offensive game in our eyes.
2nd down and short. Flips the bunch to the left side. Kamar on the right hip of Rich Gannon.
Oh, my God. We're ready for that.
RPO trap, and Manu was ready for it.
That.
He said he was ready for it. He was ready for it.
Yeah, great run defense. Interesting what Danny just did right here. He went to go spike, so it looks like he's just going to take this down and kick his field goal. Going conservative. I thought he might take one more chance with the hurry up.
10 free points when he can't move the ball,
but he's going to settle for the field goal.
Could we see the Marino fake spike? No. I was hoping for it.
No chance.
When was the last time you saw a fake spike in Madden?
I always wait to see it in the real NFL, and we never see it.
I know, right?
So, yeah. Madden, you never see it.
All the games here in the MCS inside Pizza Hut Stadium.
Got 3 points.
Big shout out to Pizza Hut. First ever virtual stadium rights deal.
Stop giving them free points. Come on, bro.
Halftime in this, our first game of the day. It is Manu holding a 7-point lead over Danny, but Danny will get, Manu will get the ball to start the second half. And this is one TD. Manu, a veteran. He knows how big this drive is coming out of halftime.
He's in complete control. This drive coming up, I like to call it the put-away drive. You can really put Danny away right here. We know Danny likes to fight back, but Manu, as we go into halftime, in complete control of this game.
Halftime in this one, 17-10. The veteran Manu with the lead over the upstart Danny, but we still got 10 minutes of game time to go. We have a full slate of action today. Cannot wait for everything we have in store. For more on that, let's throw it back to the person tasked with handling one great user all day. It's Katie Emmer.
Oh, it's not even a job. It's so fun, right? Thanks, Nick. Apex fans, January 30th and 31st, the Apex Legends Global Series Winter Circuit showcases the best Apex players in their regions as they go head-to-head to compete for their share of a $750,000 prize pool. Coverage starts Sunday at 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned to twitch.tv/playapex to catch all the action. And a reminder, there's more NFC South Divisional action following this game. It's a battle between two first-time club winners as Saints Club champion So Nakuchi takes on Mr. Football 88. A lot to look forward to, as Nick mentioned there, and we're also looking forward to wonderful calls by Nick and his partner Tyler Davis with wonderful hair. One more thing here, according to @UnderdogFly, he's using that hashtag Madden Club Championship. Speaking of TD's glorious hair, he has a nice little photo there and says one person who won't be there, our friend T Dirtless. So that's nice. I'm going to throw it back to you, Nick, and I really would love to hear what Tyler Davis has to say about that tweet.
TD, I'm just saying, T Dirtless is head and shoulders above the rest. I'm just saying, why can't we see more of T Dirtless? It's all I want. My hair's down all the time and no one cares.
No, we don't want to see T Dirtless ever again, but Head and Shoulders, I'm available. Give me a call. I'm here if you need me. But T Dirtless, he's long gone. We're done with him.
Listen, T Dirtless could have gotten a sponsorship deal, but you didn't say you were using Head and Shoulders. You said oils. I don't even know what that means. Olive oil? What are we doing?
No, like those Arabian oils. I don't even know what they're called. There's all types of good stuff that people use.
Tyler Davis treats his hair like a Clydesdale. Brush it every day. 1st and 10. Over the top, Manu. Taste of his own medicine. That's Tony Gonzalez, the 40-yard line.
Every drive, just please. Yeah. Come on, man.
You see those smart running corner routes to the tight end. We've been seeing him all tournament long. Tony Gonzalez, the best tight end in the game, just beats that man-to-man coverage. That's a big-time dot for Manu. Because right here for Manu, he's just thinking use a little bit of this clock and go up 2 possessions at the very least by 10.
Pressure brought again, picked up nicely, so why not? It's like, oh, it's picked up! Ron Woodson got that one. It looked identical to the last play, but Woodson, Charles Woodson jumps up, the former Heisman winner, with a little, give me that!
He has one thing on offense.
Danny says you can do it once, but you can't do it twice. Give me that. Charles Woodson with the click-on user pick. That is huge for Danny and a big-time mistake for Manu. Now Danny has a chance to tie this ball game up.
Let me just back this guy up.
The 97 Heisman winner, skying for that one like a rebound. And Danny back to the run game. This is how Danny did it against Clef TD. He just hung around enough to give himself a shot.
Exactly. That game versus Clef, he looked bad, honestly, the first half, but he hung around a little bit, did some things. Then that second half, he really took off, got that confidence going. Could he do the same thing here in this matchup?
Let's bring in the voice of the pregame of the MCS. One great user. I'm telling you, Manu has this very confident air about it. He's really talking a lot of trash right now, but Danny is unfazed by the mistakes he's made.
Here we go again.
Absolutely. You saying Manu is talking a lot of trash right now. You know, I was shocked that Danny, you know, he didn't try to take a shot at the end zone right before half. He had plenty of time left, you know, and he had a timeout in his pocket. But what I'm starting to know is with Danny, He loves the point shape. He loves to keep the game close. He loves the thriller. He said, I don't want to go for the touchdown. I'm going to waste the time, kick the 3, go out here and lock Manu up, get a pick. I like this guy, Danny. He trusts his game, and he's just really trying to give us a show, TD. Ain't that what you believe?
Man, this dude's playing
Yeah, I do too. He likes to make it dramatic. He did it versus Clef. He's doing the same type of thing here. But User, this is your club here, the former Carolina Panthers club champ. I know you know Manu well. What are you seeing from this game right now? You think Manu is going to hang on, or do you like Danny's game to take this home?
Yeah, you're right, TD. This is my club, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why I picked Manu to win. Because I would just love for Manu to represent the Panthers and go on to be great and win multiple belts.
Look at you.
Don't you believe
so
that,
friendly
TD?
now. So friendly now.
Don't you believe that? Don't you just believe that? Nah, but, you know, we'll never see Danny with a dot right there. 3rd and 16. Does he get the first?
Man.
Wow.
Short, 4th and short. Decision time for Danny.
User, you got to go for this. You got to bring out that goal. You got to show who's boss.
Yeah, Danny got to let it hang.
He wouldn't have gone for it if he
forward.
didn't fall forward like that. I guarantee you wouldn't have gone for it. Guarantee it. Now he's going to go for it.
Not a lot of time left on the play clock. See what does? 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
Looks like he's going to call timeout. Oh, no.
No, Big QB sneaks it and doesn't get it! Stuffed on the sneak!
I'm scared to try curl flat again, man. I thought I had that last time.
The QB sneak. The
User,
QB sneak. What a play
their
call.
QB, I didn't even know that play was still in the playbooks here in Madden 21.
What a play call. You got to love Danny. You got to love Danny, the play call, the QB sneak, the way just to let the clock run down. Danny loves thrillers. Listen, he's trying to give people pay-per-view. Look how he's leaving that dot wide open, leaving the crosser going in for the drag up underneath. You got to love it.
Bro.
I'm out of here, guys.
User, much appreciated. TD, we've had wild cards all over the place. You just never know what to expect.
Yeah, that was a wild call. And I think, honestly, it wasn't even so much the sneak call, which I agree I don't like it, but he rushed it. It was like the clock was ticking down 6, 5, and it looked like he was looking at the clock. He didn't know what to do, and I think he panicked, called hike. He should have maybe called timeout, rushed decision, and it didn't work.
Oh, soft spot over
that's
there.
the second time. That last play is the second time we've seen today. Danny using someone, then coming off that route and leaving the deep crosser wide open. Last time it burned him for a touchdown.
Yeah, he's a gambling man, right? We said that about Penguins yesterday. Danny, the same type of wild card. Now, for Manu here, this is so important. You threw that pick last drive. You can't make a critical mistake in this spot. You have the game completely in your hands right here. You're in control. No turnovers. You got to go up 10 at the least and take care of the ball. Don't turn it over.
Come on, snap it. Thank you. Don't soft squat over there.
And he's got
man.
Moss, Santana Moss
This should have been a
once
blowout.
again.
What the hell am I doing? Literally has
Picks
no
up
chance of the
7.
soft.
Picks up to the 7. And now,
Only throw a streak on
TD,
offense.
this feels like if Manu's able to put a touchdown on the board, he can put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Manu feels supremely confident. You hear him there. He feels like this game's already over. He feels like he should have blew
this
Danny
has to be a
out.
touchdown,
But
right?
Danny keeps hanging
This has
around.
to be a touchdown.
Great play right there by
Don't score a
Manu. He
touchdown.
knew it was cover 2 over there.
Yes, sir.
Motioned over that fade out of verticals. Threw the laser on the sideline.
He'll go to the run
Thank you,
game,
man.
and Bo
Please don't let
knows
him
where
pull
to
a streak,
go.
bro. It should be 24
From
to
the
0.
7, he's into the
Should be
end
24 to
zone.
0.
Manu extends his lead.
Come on.
Great drive right there. A couple hot dots. Punches it in with Bo on the RPO dive. And he takes it to 24-10. And he feels like he should have been blowing this guy out from the start. But now the ball's going to go back to Danny. And we talked about it. User said it. This guy, Danny, loves drama. He's going to fight to the end.
Come on, man.
He's got to get
Don't
something
jump the
going on
streak.
this upcoming drive here to stay alive.
I'm going to move my guy
Danny,
all the way
drama.
back and straight up just for
Make
you,
a
Danny.
comeback.
Going to do all that just for you. That's your only play. It's the only thing you can do.
Ty, one thing to describe Manu, I think it's safe to say with that pregame quote, what we've seen today.
Okay, all the way back,
Confident,
bro.
brash.
Shading
I mean,
up.
this is somebody who's
try this
not afraid to
again.
speak his mind.
Come on.
No, not at all. He's supremely
Come on.
confident in his Madden game. Rightfully so. He's super talented. He's just got to get that to that next level. He's got to be. Everyone looking at this NFC thinks Manu is one of those guys that can potentially get to at least that Final 8, Final 4. So if there's any tournament that he's going to do it, this is the one where he's got to show up and show out.
Force up in the chat. We're headed to the fourth quarter. Manu with a 14-point lead. Danny looking to get on that comeback trail. He's got the ball. 2nd and 6.
Staying in that gun bunch, Jets playbook.
All right,
Manu
backing them all the way up.
continues to bring those safeties.
Don't get burned.
And now he's bringing them back. So if you're Manu, you got to play a little bit relaxed here. You don't want to give up any big plays.
For the crossers, here's that delay from the tight end. Madden 20 is back. That delay route. Jermichael Finley finding a first down. Shout out to our guy, CleffTheGod. You know, he knows Danny well. He says one thing Danny got is fight. Big shout out to our guys throwing watch parties tonight. A great way to enjoy club championship action. Check them out. We got Problem Right. We got CleffTheGod. We got Bucs. We got Chaos. And speaking of Chaos, Danny to the house. It's a one-score game.
Danny is an absolute fighter. There's no quitting this kid. We've seen it time and time again, and he does it. Stays alive. Tight end corner route to the end zone. Touchdown.
Literally hasn't done that the whole
Kick
game.
is up. It's good. 24-17. Talked about Danny drama. Danny's got fight.
He's not going to quit, and he keeps putting the pressure back on Manu. Will Manu fold, or will he come through to seal this thing? It's back and forth right now. No quit in Danny, but every time Manu's been in a situation like that, he's bounced back. You see here, bringing the heat with that tight end corner route. Manu was just late with his user, goes for the dive, and Finley too fast, goes to the Baja.
Can Danny close, or can Manu close this one out? Can Danny get a stop and get the ball back and give him an opportunity to tie this game up? His defense is not, he's got one pick, but most of the time, Manu's been able to burn it and handle the pressure.
Oh, he doesn't give up the fade. Damn, bro.
And he brought the pressure. Down goes Gannon. Mills in there. Looked like Manu was looking at one read, and Danny took it away.
Apply that pressure. That's what Danny's thinking. I'm bringing the heat. If he's going to beat me, he's going to have to make a read. I'm bringing the goons. I'm going to force Manu to make a decision. Pressure's on.
2nd and 14 off the 4-yard loss. Pressure off the edge. Gannon's got to get rid of it quickly. He's got Tony Gonzalez. Nice tackle after a gain of 8. Huge 3rd and 6 for Manu.
Oh, man. Pressure was coming off the edge right there. That was scary, but Manu's able to get it off. And now you see Manu's quarterback is really tired here. He's not going to get his energy back till about 10 on this play clock. Looks like he's going to hike it anyways. We'll see if he calls a timeout. Looks like he's not going to, but big 3rd and 6 for both guys.
3:21 and counting. 3rd and 6 for Manu, the Panthers club champion, North Carolina native. Moss over to the right side. Gannon, 3rd and 6. Pressure picked up nicely. Good pocket. Looks over the middle. Oh, David's throw. Double coverage. Man. That could have been picked up. 4th down. Manu's going to bring the offense on the field, it looks like.
Double coverage, and he dropped the pick. That was Danny's chance. Danny is really dialed in. This guy is a second half goon, and he's performing right now.
Danny? Did I see a little smile?
I saw a little smirk. The first emotion we've seen. 4th and 6. Manu's gonna go for it.
The fighter, Danny. Does he bring the heat? Does he drop in coverage? 4th and 6. Looking to stay alive and get the ball back. Gannon. It's coverage. Danny's user a little lost. Looking over left side to get it in bounds. First down for Manu. A huge 4th down pickup.
I don't know how his inside third turned around on that post, but it did.
That was so huge. It wasn't open for 80% of that play. And at the last second, he got a little bit of a step, got behind the zone on the outside and got to the sidelines. That's such a big dot for Manu. Great pocket presence. He was patient, and he fired it in there.
A beam from Manu. Now with 3 minutes left, Danny's going to have to start thinking about those timeouts. He's got all 3 available. 1st and 10. RPO action. Bo Jackson. You're not going to be able to give up 9 on 1st down if you're going to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, that was a tough give up right there for Danny because Manu was at the 46, wasn't in field goal range. But to get 9 yards right there, especially on 1st down, that could be a backbreaker for Danny.
You look up at the top, RGV from Danny. Shout out to the Rio
There's
Grande
no way this
Valley.
stops
That's
it.
where he's from. Shout out the hometown here in a $7,500 game of Madden.
I didn't mean to pick
Second
sneak,
and
but
one.
this should work too. Thank you.
It's a sneak. Manu hit Danny with his own play.
Anything you can do, I can do better, and he did it much better. He's able to convert. I don't expect him to hike this ball again. He's going to take this down to the 2-minute warning.
Problem you're in if you're Danny, you're going to need to force a loss on the play because Manu's already in field goal range.
Yeah, it's really a tough spot. No win situation right now for Danny. Manu in complete control, can take all this clock down. He can really force Danny to use all these 3 timeouts.
It's got to be a
And
touchdown.
then potentially kick a field goal.
It should be a touchdown.
Stretch to the left side. He said it should be a touchdown. It's a first down. No timeout from Danny. This one just about over.
Yeah, it's going to come down to potentially an onside kick for Danny. His only chance. You see him there. Now he has to use these timeouts.
Conservative.
So Manu put his ball carrier on conservative. As you hear there, it's going to be 3 runs right now.
Bo gets 4.
This guy didn't have Rundy at all. He's in. I don't think he's. He stopped it.
Nowhere to go there on second down. You got to think Danny, yep, he'll use a timeout there. 1:10 to go. And for Manu, TD, we talked about there's so much respect for him in the community. Everybody mentions him as one of the most talented players, but he hasn't been able to put together that performance. This is his 3rd EA major. His best finish, 9th in the clubs. He also, back in Madden, 18 clubs. He made the live finals but didn't win a game. He's looking to take that next step, and everyone feels like this might be the year he can do it.
Yeah, looking at that bracket, everyone thinks he can definitely come out of that NFC South. So far, so good right here in this first game. And I remember back in Madden 19, that game he had against Clef. I believe it was final 16 of the clubs. One of the craziest games ever. Manu, it just seems like he doesn't have the best luck sometimes as well when he gets deep in these tournaments. But like you said, he just hasn't put it together yet for a deep run. But this could be his tournament.
Just gave him free plays.
Next up, it is good. The 23-year-old Joseph Montefusco goes up by 10. Danny, he needs a miracle. He needs a prayer.
He does. And he did the best case scenario he could possibly do right there. He forced him into the field goal. He didn't give up a first down, gave himself a chance. But it's got to be deep down the field quickly, and then you got to pray for an onside kick.
Can Danny force a little drama late in our first game of the day? Remember, we got 5 more games to go. So happy to have you along with us. Nick Zesco, Tyler Davis. We, at the end of the day, will know our final 8 as we head into next weekend, where we will hand out a belt. This tournament has lasted what seems like forever.
Oh, God.
But we're finally getting to hand out our first belt of the year on Super Bowl weekend, TD. It's the best time of the year.
Best time to be a fan of competitive Madden. Biggest tournament in MCS history, giving out the most money. ESPN2 next Friday night. Someone's going to be a champion.
Left side, tight throw. Rice can't make the catch.
Oh, just end the game.
Coming up next, we got Gucci taking on Mr. Football. Ty, I legit have no idea what to expect from that game. Both guys really nice performances in the clubs. Gucci took down Allen, which was, if it weren't for Danny, would have been the biggest upset of the day. And then you got Mr. Football, one of the most confident players we have seen in the game of Madden. That should be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, and the thing, we don't know much about them, but the thing we do know about them is these guys are going to talk a lot. They are going to play with a lot of passion. The word I like to use is capping. They're going to go at each other's heads, talk a lot of trash. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be very fun to watch.
Fourth and 10 for Danny, trying to stay alive. Four-man rush over the middle. Ooh,
they just don't want the game to end. He's going to get an onside kick. I'm calling it. This is an onside kick. Drop a pick, catch that, onside kick coming. Come on, bro. Just get me out of this.
Danny using a lot of time here and adjusts. That clock's running. He might have the tight end crosser. He does. He'll get out of bounds, so he'll kick his 3. And then have a chance at a miracle onside kick. He'll still need a touchdown, though.
Could we see our first onside kick ever, or this year at least?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it feels like ever.
I don't know if I've ever seen one, to be honest. But what we know about Danny, who knows?
And I'm sorry to bring it up because I know he's going to be mad. But didn't I.B. Strafen get an onside kick recovered on him? I'm pretty sure he did. Somebody will remind me in the chat.
Thank you. I'm not cursed. Thank God.
He did last year.
Oh, thank you.
GG's in the chat. Manu, he'll earn himself $7,500, and he will await the winner of Gucci and Mr. Football. You know, TD, this might not be a game where Manu is walking away and, you know, feeling great about how it went, but at the end of the day, he won. He won by 7. It really was a little wider than that because Danny got that late field goal. He locked down on defense. He's got to limit those big plays if he's going to go further.